Hey guys, what's going on and welcome back. Today, me and my beautiful wife are going to be reviewing the best Christmas movie known to man and one of my personal favorites, Batman Returns.
No.
I'm sorry, I meant The Nightmare Before Christmas.
No.
Die Hard? So we're going to be talking about Home Alone today. This is it. Don't get scared now. Home Alone premiered in 1990. It was directed by Chris Columbus and starred Macaulay Culkin, Joe Pesci, and Daniel Stern. This movie has been out for close to 30 years now, and I'm pretty sure most of you now know what the movie's all about. For those of you that don't, it revolves around a young boy named Kevin McAllister who accidentally gets left home alone while his family fly off to Paris for Christmas. And he soon realizes that his house is targeted by two robbers named Harry and Marv. And when he learns that they are planning to come back and rob the house, he sets up a series of booby traps to defend his home from Harry and Marv. This movie is been, one of our holiday favorites, like every year. Like I guarantee you, like every year we always make time to watch Home Alone. It's just even the second one, and we'll talk about that one at another time, but it's just a holiday classic, and it's just like no matter what, like we always get into the spirit of it every time we watch it. Like we always make a cheese pizza, and it's like I said, it's just definitely like one of those films that we always make an effort to watch. But now we're just gonna give our thoughts on it. So you start, sweetie.
Well, as you can tell, I don't know if you could read my shirt, but I like the movie a little bit. No, it is my favorite Christmas movie though. Every time I watch it, I just get this magical feeling, something about the music and, the direction and the lighting and the story. I don't know. It just gives me warm, fuzzy feelings. It reminds me of Christmas.
Yeah, I do love the score. John Williams, as always, hits it out of the ballpark with his music. And I even, one of my favorite themes is the theme for the movie is Somewhere in My Memory. I've played that on piano several times, especially around Christmas. It's a great theme, and I love, that's like a theme that I would play on the piano even if it wasn't Christmas. It's just a really hauntingly beautiful piece. But it's just what I do like about this film is that it's relatable to everybody. It's truly a good film for the family because, when your kids watch it, they can relate to Kevin. When, the adults watch it, they can relate to, the parents. And we've definitely done that. Like, especially, our oldest daughter is, getting kind of sassy with us lately, just kind of how Kevin is in the movie. So, we kind of tend to see how the parents are, see things from the parents' point of view. But, as a kid, we definitely, can see things from Kevin's point of view.
Oh, yeah. Especially having a big brother, I can relate to that.
Yeah. But, so what are your favorite parts about the film?
Oh, man. My favorite parts. I don't know. It's as a whole, I don't think there's a single part of the film that I dislike. And I know that sounds, kind of cheesy or something, but I love the whole cohesive picture of it. The actors were perfectly cast.
Mm-hmm.
The music is magical. The script. I don't know. I love every part. But you can't have Home Alone without the end scenes with the robbers and the booby traps and stuff. So if I had to pick one favorite part of the film, it's gotta be watching those burglars get their
butts handed to them. Yeah, this movie is, slapstick gold, and it's a great mix of other things. Like it's definitely comedy, but it's also very sentimental, very heartwarming, and very serious at times. But yeah, it's really hard. Like it's really hard to distinguish like a favorite part. But I do agree with you. Mine would probably be the ending. Of course, that's just kind of like what everybody's there for to see. But
right.
It's just the movie is just so well crafted, And now, am I saying that it's perfect? No. I mean, and I'll get into that in a little bit. You definitely pick up on more things, the more you watch it, especially the older you get. But it's just, it's just a great mix of everything. Like, music, as you said, and yes, the characters were definitely perfectly cast. I remember watching a sequel where, it was the same characters, Kevin and Marv, but it was played by different actors, and it did not feel the same way.
Yeah.
And it's just Macaulay Culkin, Daniel Stern, and Joe Pesci. Like these, that is just perfect chemistry.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to distinguish a favorite part too. But I mean, of course, I agreeing with you. I'd probably have to say my favorite would have to be the ending. Like I said, it's just after all the seriousness and all the heartwarming stuff, because it gets really sad, because like especially when the mother is just desperately trying to get home for Christmas, like she gets really, really desperate. And it's just, I do like that, it kind of teaches like a valuable lesson that like, they always say like, absence makes the heart grow fonder. And they both, are fed up with each other at the beginning of the film, but then like very quickly, once they realize that they're no longer around each other, that, they desperately need to be around each other. And I like that message. But it's, but yeah, of course, after all that, it's time to see some burglars, get their butts kicked.
That's right.
But no, like I said, there's not much that I would say I have issues with the film, but there are things that I've definitely picked up on throughout the years. It's just like, this film requires you to have a lot of suspension of disbelief. And because like, you just watch this and you're like, wow, a 8-year-old kid set all of these traps up. And it's just not even the traps. It's just like whenever he had the whole house, like they had mannequins dancing in the house to make it look like people are home. I'm just like, that's actually very well crafted for an 8-year-old. Like this kid's a genius. Like, and yeah, like all of these traps, I kind of wonder how he was able to put all of these traps together, like very quickly. Like he goes to a church, comes home, puts all the traps together, and it's just, like you did all this within like a couple of hours.
What's harder for me to believe than the traps themselves?
What?
The cleanup after. Like, for some reason, my mind can get around the booby traps, but cleaning up all that mess, like after, and his family not noticing anything astray.
Yeah, I know. Like he breaks some ornaments, which those can be swept up and everything, but it's not really that. It's also like, setting fires into the house, and the doorknob was like, blazing hot. I'm surprised, that didn't like melt the metal of the doorknob or something like that. I mean, I'm not like a scientist or anything, but there's things that you kind of pick up on, like, well, wait, like when his family being able to notice something was off, and the only thing that they noticed was that when the big brother notices he destroyed his bookshelf trying to look for his life savings. And now another thing, and I'm sure most of you have caught on to this, like I've seen videos where people are talking about the traps themselves for the burglars, and yeah, some of those traps would have definitely killed them like very instantly.
But it's a Christmas movie, and Christmas movies you have to suspend a little belief.
Yeah, but getting smashed in the face with paint cans or having your scalp set on fire, that's a little pushing. But no, but yeah, were there any other things that you picked up on, or any other flaws that you picked up on?
I will say the only other thing that I did not notice as a kid, but that I notice now, it's the scene where he's trying to sled down the stairs, and he puts his sled at the top of the stairs, and
it doesn't line up.
Yeah. So if you watch the scene, like you actually watch it. So he gets on the sled, puts it at the top of the stairs. It goes down, and supposedly he goes right out the front door. But if you actually look at the angle, there's no way that he could have gone straight out the front door.
He would have like went through the wall or something.
He would have gone straight into the wall.
Yeah, there's a
But
couple.
you know, it's a kids movie.
Now there's a couple of other things that like I feel like could have like ended the movie. Well, mostly just one, but it's like whenever he, orders a lovely cheese pizza just for him. You know, he plays that video like Angels with Filthy Souls, like, and one of the best movies within a movie in my opinion. It's he plays it and sets it off to where like the pizza delivery guy thinks that he's being shot at. I'm like, why didn't that guy call the police? Like, that would have like probably ended the movie right then and there. Like,
That's true.
um, and another thing that as a parent, like whenever like at the beginning where he accidentally causes like a ruckus in the kitchen while everybody's eating pizza, and good old Uncle Frank is like, "Look what you did, you little jerk." I'm like, I don't think I would have let people talk to my kid that way. I don't call them a jerk.
No, no, what parent does that?
Yeah. But yeah, so there's things you pick up on, but still this is always a great holiday classic. We'll like while the film does require you pick up on these things, yes, we will always give in to the suspension of disbelief and just be like laugh every time they get like a spider gets placed on their face or get hit with paint cans or I mean, seriously though, like the thing that always like makes me like ugh, every time is when Marv steps on that nail with his bare feet. Like I've stepped on a nail before, like in that same area. It does not feel good.
Yeah.
I think I did have to get a shot for that, like a tetanus shot.
Ooh, ouch.
That was a long time ago, but yeah, so yeah, like I said, like every year we will always watch this film. Like it's always going to be a holiday classic, and we always try to. This year we while our kids were in daycare, we decided to have like a date day, and just we ordered pizza and we watched both Home Alone movies, which again we will talk about the second one at another time, because we have a lot of fun things to say about that one. But so how would you grade this film?
Oh, for me, I'd give it an A. I mean, all the silly stuff is part of the fun.
Yeah.
If it were if it all made sense, it wouldn't be as good of a movie, in my opinion. So I just it's a perfect movie to sit back and have a lot of fun with and enjoy some Christmas magic and some burglars getting beat up.
Yeah, I like Kevin is like, in my opinion, lucky, because if this were like, if I was a kid and that stuff happened to me, like, it would not have ended well.
Me neither.
But, regardless, like Chris Columbus, like I said, he really directed something that, will be cherished from, through ages to come. And like, not just, from his direction, but, John Williams' score and the actors, it was just, it was just all well crafted, and it just all blended together and made something really nice. So yeah. But sweetie, thank you so much for joining me on this review. She's been on some of my reviews recently. We've reviewed a couple of Dracula books for Halloween a couple of years ago, and she's been in some of my vlogs, and I especially the one that I've posted recently about Halloween Horror Nights. Yeah, funny posting Halloween stuff around Christmas time, but hey. If those of you that don't know, my wife here is an author. She writes under the pen name KJ Bryen. She has some books on Amazon. I'll post a link to that if you'd like to check out her book. And also, me and Matthew from the Geeks Attic reviewed the novelization to Home Alone about a year ago. And it's on our Paper Movies channel. I'll provide a link to that down in the description below. But honey, thanks so much for joining us. And we're going to review the second one probably next year, and hope to have you joining me for that one.
That'll be great.
Okay. Thanks so much, everyone. Hope you guys have a happy holiday season. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Or as I should say, Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
And a Happy New Year.
Have a good one, guys.